Songkran, a time for celebration, a time for family. But for young Khun, it was a time for duty. His family ran a funeral home. This year, he was needed. Staff were scarce. He had to deliver a coffin. The air was thick with heat and the smell of jasmine. Khun gripped the steering wheel. His heart thumped a nervous rhythm against his ribs. 2 hours, he had 2 hours to deliver the coffin. 2 hours on roads choked with revelers. The truck rumbled to life. Khun, barely a man, felt the weight of responsibility heavy on his shoulders. He glanced back at the simple wooden coffin, a silent passenger on this journey, a journey that was about to take a turn for the strange. Khun pulled away from the funeral home. He merged into the chaos of Songkran. Water splashed, music blared, and a sense of foreboding settled over him. The highway gave way to smaller roads. The journey became a blur of potholes and impatient drivers. The sun beat down on the truck. The air hung heavy and humid. Khun wiped his brow. Then he saw it. A splash of red by the roadside. A giant urn filled with water. People were gathered around it, laughing, splashing. It was a Songkran tradition, one he knew well. For a moment, Khun was lost in the memory of past Songkrans, the joy, the laughter, the camaraderie. He blinked, the memory faded. Reality snapped back, the truck veered. He was too close. He slammed on the brakes, the truck skidded, metal shrieked, and then everything went silent, except for a low, sickening thud. Khun's heart hammered against his ribs. His ears rang. He stumbled out of the truck. His eyes darted to the source of the thud. The coffin. It had been thrown from the truck bed. It lay half submerged in the spilled water of the urn. He waded into the water, a cold dread gripping him. He heaved the coffin back into the truck bed. The wood was splintered. He peered inside. The body, once peaceful, was now disturbed. Guilt and fear washed over Khun. He knew what he had to do. He knelt by the coffin. He whispered an apology. He prayed for forgiveness. He pleaded for the spirit's understanding. The drive resumed, but the atmosphere inside the truck had changed. The air grew thick. It crackled with an unseen energy. Khun felt a chill. It wasn't from the spilled water. He heard whispers, soft, indistinct murmurs that seemed to slither around the edges of his awareness. He tried to ignore them. He focused on the road, on his driving, on anything but the whispers. The funeral home loomed, a welcome sight. Khun pulled into the driveway. He killed the engine. The whispers ceased. Silence descended. But it was a heavy silence, a silence pregnant with anticipation. He climbed out of the truck. He went to open the back, and then he saw it, standing by the coffin, a figure, shrouded in shadows, but unmistakably the form of the person he was meant to deliver. Khun froze, his breath caught in his throat, his blood ran ice cold. The figure turned, its eyes, two glowing embers, bored into his soul. Khun stumbled back. He tripped, he fell, everything went black. He woke up in his bed the next morning. He dismissed it as a nightmare until he saw the handprints on the side of the truck, small, perfect handprints where someone or something had clung on tight. Khun never forgot his Songkran delivery. The memory served as a chilling reminder, a reminder to respect the dead, a reminder that some traditions are best left undisturbed.